close the door.
The door? Very well. Hoth, would you come inside?
Come on, close the door.
What do you need?
I asked you to come inside here.
And I'll pay you an honest day's wages.
Now we can
Then
talk.
we'll drink.
Into there, huh? Well, would you give me just a moment? So... As I said in the beginning of my This Week's Papers, Please video, I am terribly sorry about the fact there was no episode on Tuesday, but heavy construction work would have completely ruined the entire sound of me speaking. So it was a simple case of no can do. As for anything else, well, you know why we are here. A friend of ours, apparently Delphine, had taken the horn of Jürgen Windcaller and has given it back to us. But she wants to talk, so Hoth, let's have a chat with her.
The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn. I hope they're right.
Got a hunch that some Draugr killing somewhere. It's just
The Greybeards are right, as far as I am aware. And I do believe they know their business. I am the Dragonborn, as far as I consider things.
I hope so, but you'll forgive me if I don't assume that something's true just because the Greybeards say so. I just handed you the horn of Jürgen Windcaller. Does that make me Dragonborn too?
No, that does not make you Dragonborn, Delphine. What it does is make you a grave robber. And on another fact, the Greybeards have not said you to be the Dragonborn. Well, on the other hand, I have shown the abilities required. And just so you know, I only came here for the horn.
And now you have it. No harm done. I knew the Greybeards would send you for the horn if they thought you were Dragonborn. Taking it was the only way I could be sure this wasn't a Thalmor trap.
Thalmor trap? Go on. I'm listening. And as another note, I agree, no harm done as of yet. A little bit of a side track, but I would have had to come this way in any case. But I'm simply taking this matter too far, so go on, I am listening.
Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you.
You said the Thalmor are after you?
Yes, we're very old enemies. And if my suspicions are correct, they might have something to do with the dragons returning. But that isn't important right now. What is important is that you might be Dragonborn.
You know why this is important? Because you being an enemy of the Thalmor, and me being an enemy of the Thalmor, does put us on the same side in one sense. Of course, the enemy of my enemy is not always my ally. To say so would be delusional. But we have a good base for possibly becoming allies. What are you looking for, a Dragonborn, in any case?
We remember what most don't. That the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer.
Hold
The
on.
only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul.
Hold
Can you
on.
do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
Then we'll drink.
Yes. That is how I first learned I was Dragonborn. But you know what the problem here is? I'm horrible at actually killing those dragons. Just so you know. But yes, I do absorb the power from them.
Good, and you'll have a chance to prove it to me soon enough.
Oh dear. So the part you're not telling me is that I'm supposed to be coming to slay a dragon, is it?
Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead, killed off centuries ago by my predecessors. Now something's happening to bring them back to life, and I need you to help me stop it.
Thought the new order
Well,
Aye, we can get that.
first of all, what makes you think dragons are coming back to life?
I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty. And I figured out where the next one will come back to life. We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Yeah, about killing those dragons, I may already have elaborated on being somewhat wanting in those skills, but let's discuss this matter first. How did you figure this all out?
You should know. You got the map for me from Bleak Falls Barrow. The Dragonstone was a map of ancient dragon burial sites.
It ended up on
I
you?
looked at which ones are now empty. The pattern is pretty clear.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be spreading from the southeast, down in the Gerals near Riften. The one at Kinesgrove is next, if the pattern holds.
Uh-huh. So that would mean we are to head for Kinesgrove.
Kinesgrove. There's an ancient dragon burial near there. If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it.
But hold on. I'm not ready. Not close to ready. I got to sleep and I got to practice.
I can't wait around for you to make up your mind. I'll meet you at Kinesgrove. Don't waste time getting there.
Well, true. If it's a dragon, it's going to be destroying things all around.
That's better. Let's get on the road to Kinesgrove.
You actually look like a competent fighter now. I'll be taking this one, thank you.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
I'm traveling.
On the day
Got the
of your
intel, I
death,
forgot.
we will drink and rights.
Happy trails.
Children of Sky.
Oh, hello, Hoff.
Shouldn't we be up? Yes.
Come with me, will ya? But first things first, I said I was taking a good night's sleep, and I'm taking the chance to sleep. That's what I'll start with.
Is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean.
There,
The
much
scourge
better.
that has sullied
And then just how... Yep. That's gotta be fixed. An entire wheel of cheese. Well, I didn't eat the entire wheel. I am both disappointed and relieved. But 11 veggies? Well, guess I'll be getting some constipation this morning. There we go. Sated. And hydrated. Then...
We got
Ogna.
rooms and food. Drink too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
Fight for the side that's paying.
I would like
Drink
to
for the thirsty,
purchase some food.
for the hungry.
So let's see here. I'll take your salt. I've got enough meat to make that into food. And could you refill my
course.
water?
Until next time.
Right.
Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood Trader is back to the way it used to be.
No problem, Lucan. But now... there's several things. Yep, there's the Dragon Burial site in Kinesgrove, which happens to be in eastern Skyrim, close to Windhelm. Alright, then there's returning the horn to High Hrothgar, which feels important, and then I'm not going there. And I should have a chat with Easerun. So I do think it would make sense to start with High Hrothgar and then see whether I'll end up going to Kynesgrove or Fort Dawnguard first. Probably Kynesgrove, since Delphine seems to be in a hurry. But first stops first, High Hrothgar. It's the mission I received first, and it's the mission I will complete first. Back onto the road it is. And it's actually quite a fair weather to be traveling. For once, I don't feel like I'm hitting my head against the wall just by being outside. A welcome change. That it for sure is. Now who are you?
Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting.
Very well. A courier on his way. Nothing too unusual. But perhaps he should not be such upfront about it. Some less honorable person might get interested in the word important and mug him. That would not be too good. Not for his health, nor for his important delivery. Last time I was on this road with Lydia, the wolves just couldn't leave me alone. Hopefully they've learned from since... Who you be? A horse. In the middle of nowhere. Well, probably belongs to an adventurer like us. Although I still find it funny I have become an adventurer and a potential dragon slayer with my skills. Wasn't too long ago I was just taking care of family business, mining, smelting, delivering. Not really working the metal, although I've picked it up now, since I've had to. But back home, it was simple business. Well, I didn't really have to get any hands-on experience back there either. But I happened to learn by observing, every now and then. Knowledge in theory, not so much in practice. But at least, now that I've put the skills to use, I know I hadn't spent my time, or more like wasted the entire time. That's the word I should use for that. Privateers? Perhaps one day I should ask how they are doing. Maybe once I'm returning back from here. But they don't bother me, perhaps I shouldn't bother them either. That remains to be decided. And I mentioned the wolves. And yes, indeed, there have been much less interruptions compared to last time. Which is both welcome and a sad piece of information. Is that empty? Yes, there is no ore there. Was the last time I got through here. Now that I think of it, there's a southern road as well, somewhere around here. Ah, revelers. As much as I love sharing a good drink, right now is not the time. Not with 3 dooms impending. Well, 2 dooms and one slightly inconveniencing old men case, but I've been told I should not keep them waiting, so I shall not. I'll try to remain in their good graces. Have I gone too far yet? No, I have missed that path, but I'll make it on the right over there. And now the wolves appear. There you are. I'll loot them this time. The pelts are good materials. So, horse, would you kindly take them off my hands? Since we are not currently approaching a... That's ore. Definitely is. Iron too. Can use it. So why not take the moment? Well, because the aforementioned Doom of Vampires, Doom of Dragons, and the potential annoyance of the graveyards. Well, none of those weighs that much as of yet. Doesn't look like either end of the world is right about now. I wonder what the weather will be like up there on the throat of the world. Hopefully it will be more pleasant than precipitating dragons. But there's no knowing whether the dragon's still up there or not. If it is, I don't even know what I'll do. Running up the mountain sounds much less viable a strategy. Oh dear. Alright, Hawk. Up, that's taken care of. Nice work. Belt for me. Do you want anything? If you do, feel free to take.
I once knew a guy who survived in a dark cave off raw fish for a month just to find his stupid ring. I'll tell you about it sometime when our fellowship travels the land fighting orcs and elves.
Sure, you already promised that one, but sure. Do tell the story. Corundum is a bit more rare than iron, so I'll be sure to pick it up. Useful for lock making, I've heard. And in some certain applications in strengthening the alloy, but... what's over here? Ava Stone, Singer. This seems like a prose. I do not think I'll be taking this with me, since I don't know whose camp this is. It's got tomatoes. Guess it was nothing. And beyond that waterfall lies no treasure. Fairy tales. Best be on our way. So some sort of wildlife still has interest in me. Not as many wolves as before, but... I'm not sure if I'd rather have the saber cats or the wolves, really. Wolves are not that dangerous, and I kinda like it. But they also make the journey a bit more boring, since I'll just swing my blade a couple times and that's it. With saber cats I need to stop and fight, but they also pose a risk. But I guess that takes my skills further, so... I guess my preference has to be on the saber cats. Bears are better, can actually cook the meat of them. Who knows what's wrong with the saber cat meat? But it always ends up too stringy to really eat. I don't think High Hrothgar's the place to be taking a horse. On the other hand, so many supplies are on my horse that I'll do it. Hope you have been trained for extreme conditions, cause I am not going to check. Well, this kinda counts. And if a dragon comes by, oh boy, we are going to be boned! But that's a worry for the time, it appears.
Never trust a danger with a snow.
Which, hopefully, is not the case. All I could do for warm is put on warmer boots. But I do believe I'll handle it with my horse. Seems to be going well so far. But it's only in a moment that we come to the dreaded spot where the dragons swoop down upon us. Ah! Is that water? Yeah, it does seem to be. I had hoped I could have avoided the combination of coal and water. But I guess it was bound to happen someday. Might as well learn to survive. So about here was when the dragon showed up. I don't hear one right about now, so it must have gone somewhere else. Well, works for me. Wouldn't have wanted to fight with one right now anyway. Although I've got a fight with one coming up. Could have served as a warm-up, but a warm-up that you die to. Well, that's more of the fight itself, isn't it? Don't really know what I'm going to get done in Kynes Grove. But I got to fight that dragon there one day. And if I train, the dragon's bound to train. It might still be groggy after resurrection, if that's what really is happening. But I don't really know. I have to see with my own eyes. That's the only way I can be sure it's really happening. Even though the white gold concordat was a joke when it was first brought before me. But alas, they handed me a copy. And by Stendar's name. The amount of heresy on that paper. Well, the heresy was more towards Talos, so perhaps I should call for his name. But a curse that has already left the man's mouth is a curse. Whoops, that's how I'm supposed to do it.
Ah, you've retrieved the horn of Jorgen. Well done. You have now passed all the trials. Come with me. It is time for us to recognize you formally as Dragonborn. You are
All
ready
right,
to
Master
learn the
Arngeir.
final word of unrelenting force. Da, which means push.
Okay, so force, balance, push.
Let's talk. More blood spilling.
With all three words together, this shout is much more powerful. Use it wisely. Master
Very well.
Hrothgar will now gift you with his knowledge of Da. You have completed your training, Dragonborn. We would speak to you. Stand between us and prepare yourself. Few
Very
can
well.
withstand the unbridled voice of the Greybeards, but you are ready.
This is kind of weird. Okay, I think I got it. Nope, totally didn't get it yet. That's... Never had I believed a few words would shake me so. In the quite literal sense.
Dovahkiin, you have tasted the voice of the Greybeards and passed through unscathed. High Hrothgar is open to you.
Thank you, Master Arngeir.
Sky above, voice within.
So, what was that ceremony all about? I'm guessing that was shouting, right?
We spoke the traditional words of greeting to a Dragonborn who has accepted our guidance.
Ah, I see.
Same words were used to greet the young Talos when he came to High Hrothgar, before he became the Emperor Tiber Septim.
I'm a bit curious. Could you tell me what were the actual words?
Ah, I sometimes forget you are not versed in the dragon tongue as we are. This is a rough translation. Long has the storm crown languished, with no worthy brow to sit upon. By our breath we bestow it now to you, in the name of Kine, in the name of Shore, and in the name of Atmora Hold. You are Ismir now, dragon of the North. Hearken to it.
For the dragon of the North, I'm afraid I'm a bit weak. Tell me, when can I meet your leader, Parthenax?
As I said, you will know you are ready when your voice can open the path to him.
You know how to confuse
But when can my voice do that?
showing myself
No hints about that, huh?
go on for days about a curved sword.
What are your thoughts on the dragon's returning, Master Angia?
No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn of this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear.
I was afraid that would be the answer. Could you tell me more about the voice?
You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your gift too quickly would be dangerous. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Even from here we can feel the Thun resonate from them. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search.
I will ask, but for now it is simply not an option.
Voice within.
I am too weak. Am I dry and all that? I suppose so. Now I should be sated and... well... if that was all the graveyards had for me... oh dear. Let's test if I can open the path through the stormy sky. That sure booms in my ears. But it did little to the storm. Guess I am not yet prepared. But what I have to be prepared for is Skyne's Grove. There is a dragon out there. If Delphine's insights are to be trusted. A dragon I must fight. And undoubtedly, the way I fight it will not be to the liking of many. Hiding. Cowering. Hoping someone else will get the good shots on it. Because I just cannot handle their breath. And I don't have enough potions. Perhaps I should see if I can make a stop in Windhelm and pick up some potions for it. What do I have? Potions of healing, something protects me from frost, something protects me from shock. If it's a fire dragon, I'm just going to kill myself by heading in. Probably not going to fight it in melee. But I have something for ranged weaponry. What about my scrolls? Anything useful there? Not really.
Empire, rebellion.
Especially not the scroll of zombies. I'm afraid to even sell it. But I hope I can do it. It would be a real shame if I were to fail with the alliance of the enemy of the Thalmor clinging upon it, on the fact whether I can defeat a dragon. Well, more on the if I can absorb its soul or whatever it was. But for that to happen, the dragon needs to be defeated. And that's the part I have problems with. Not the absorbing, that's quite easy. Never wanted to become the hero of the land. An adventurer to escape the Thalmor, maybe. But since it's given to me, I'm doing it. Blessing from Akatosh themselves would be a royal shame to simply sit in a corner, sucking on my thumb, too afraid to act. And what would Stendar think, having spared me from the beheading in order for me to see my future? To waste the future? No. What I am to do is to face that dragon. And when I face it, if I am to go down, I'm going to go down with it. And on the bright side, if all goes south, and when I say all, I mean all, and I die, well, the world won't have much longer to worry, with the dragons destroying everything and enslaving the mortal kind before any songs of my grand failure are made. Although there's no promising the slaves won't do that. Now wouldn't that be an embarrassment? Pilgrims. I'm kinda sorta glad I took my horse on this trip. It went by faster, I think. Could also be the fact I didn't have to stop for anything, but the game has crashed. I will be back shortly.
You know where it's
Right, so we made it. It's all the way down to Ivastad.
Those bears are making Miss Timba so angry. I hope you can do something about them.
Thank you for your input.
It would be a shame if you stopped.
We've made it all the way down here and warmed up and right off.
Absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now.
No, it's not.
I wish I could make my deliveries more up.
I sure am popular.
7,000 steps indeed. Next time they need to go closer to the ground.
Alright. Now then. As I was saying, now that that's over and done with, we should be able to make it to Kynesgrove. Perhaps I should speak with Eastron first. Oh, we are heading for Kynesgrove. Am I betting on the fact that the dragon's not fire? Guess I am. Alternatively, I could head for Windhelm. Yes. I'll make a stop in Windhelm first. So Riften, Whiterun, Ivasted. Can I get to Windhelm this way? Should be able to. Though before I really go that far... Did that help it? No, that didn't quite do it. Oh, now hear the noise it made, but no, still not. Salmon steak and a drink. That's done it. Back onto the road. Still says Riften. But I hope I can make it to Windhelm through here. I do think I can. Windhelm says so right there. Good. That's a problem solved.
What are your thoughts on this? I don't want some snotty elf
Stormcloaks.
telling me what gods I can and can't worship.
And no truer words have been spoken. Why should elves get to decide what we worship? Alright, what is going on here? I got to ask you, assassin. How smart do you think that move was? 'Cause I don't think it was. Okay, your horse is over there. Mine headed this way, didn't it? There you are. Now would you kindly get out of the pond? I'd rather not get my feet wet. Well, alright, the assassin. As mighty dumb they might have been. Do deserve. A small memorial. Perhaps I should start placing the flowers on them instead of putting them in their pockets. No, that is a distinct weak side of. Let's not think of that place. Let's not. Alright, I should. Hoth! See that place we just passed? That's where the one that came before you, Lydia, perished. In a cowardly ambush. Just so you know. Such things seem to happen. I cannot help it. I wonder if I'll make it to Windhelm. It's 8 in the evening. Well, it shouldn't take that long. I'll just make it a bit longer. Days way. Where does that even go? I don't think it's a good idea to go exploring. Yeah, looks like it goes to the wetlands over there. Probably really isn't a good idea to go there right about now. Torch already has its uses. Am I dumb for making this track? Now where does that go? That too seems to head over to the wetlands. Best keep on the road and follow the signs. That was a saber cat, wasn't it? I don't know what's going on, but it's too dark and late for me to really care. Unless it's a dragon swooping down. Or a bandit on my trail. I guess my choice is live and let live. Never was too fond of slaying everyone I come across anyway. But threaten me, and I'll return the favor. Have I missed the point yet? No, not actually. Windhelm, yes. I think of it, I could have just taken the eastern route. Something brought me back here. Was it me remembering the journey I had when I headed to fight the mages? Perhaps. The scenery sure is different in the dead of night. Oh, well. This point of the journey. Not too much further. And we'll get to the point where it was the dead of night. When I traveled. Up, I'm getting off the road. That night had beautiful northern lights though. They were stunning. This night, not as much so. I think I can make it to Windhelm though. A predator on my trail. Well, I did say something about that. A wolf in addition to a bear, I see. And I feel ill somehow. I'll take the meat, sure. I can make food out of it now. What might the illness be? Rock joint, I'm less effective with melee weapons. I can deal with it for now. Perhaps I can find a shrine where the god's favor will restore me. Yes, hoping. What time might it be? Almost 10. I should be able to get to Windhelm in a reasonable time. As long as I'm there before midnight, everything is good. A furious snowstorm draws near. Well, good thing the Windhelm's right over there. Torch ran out too. A shame, really. Come on, horse. Last few meters. Stay there, will ya? I'll come back in the morning. Perhaps I can meet Alfred this time too.
I think you might be sick.
And hey, now that I'm here, what's going on over here? I have no idea what is going on. What is happening? Imperial spies?
We need to do something.
Huh. So that's what it was. Yes, most certainly. I wonder what was the underlying cause to have that man show his true colors. But right now,
just stoke the fire, take a seat, and get the cold out.
Poor Nilsson.
all I really care about
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room.
is to
Right
prepare
this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
the fights
No one bought any flowers again
of
today.
tomorrow.
I don't know what to do.
And that all starts with a solid rest.